Today's opening line comes from the book Strong by Lisa Bevere, and this is from chapter 1. Chapter 1 is it's okay to be strong. And then I'm just going to read the first line. As we begin this journey of becoming strong, let's first settle something in our hearts. Strong is not wrong. And that was really encouraging, and I thought fit well. I actually just, you've seen my bookcase out here. I wanted to talk about kind of part 2 on the manifesto of how to create your own manifesto. And if you didn't read the previous video, it's only a couple minutes long. Go back and watch it. Did I say read? Oh my gosh, it's because I read all the time. But anyway, so then I used my manifesto as the reading for the last video, and then today, so then I just reached over and I saw the strong, and I was like, okay, we're gonna read out of that, and it ended up really being kind of perfect for this video, because in this episode, I want to just share with you in restarting this podcast, vlog, whatever you want, this YouTube channel for, by the way, I'm Laura with AnamCara. Laura is what I go by, and it means soul friend, and I welcome you here as my soul friend. But in restarting it, it has been a challenge in finding myself, and for me, I guess I can only speak for myself. Whenever I do something, I look at how other people are doing things, and they always tell you be yourself, but you're like, well, I don't know who I am in this space. So I don't know who I am as a YouTuber or as a podcaster. I don't know who I am. I'm still discovering that. And how do I become that? And I was thinking of, I've probably deleted at least 10 episodes that I never uploaded, because I would record them and I was like, that's just not, I'm trying too hard and it's coming out horrible. And I was watching a lady today who started a YouTube channel, and she only has 2 videos. She's got like 12,000 followers already. And it's just this, I haven't watched the full thing yet. She's just this lady talking outside of her home. And I'm like, wow, people really relate to her. And in a big way, they're just like flocking to her. And I don't know why. And that's great. I am actually really so happy for her. I'm not jealous at all. I'm just like, wow, there's something about her. I think that maybe she has this confidence, or I don't know what it is. There's something that people are relating to. And it just made me think, what? I'm trying too hard. I don't know what I want to do with the channel. I don't know. All I know is that I'm doing this because I've tried so many times over the years, and I keep feeling like I just need to do this. I don't know why. I got to tell you, I have a huge fear of success. It's something that I struggle with in my other businesses. And the reason I have a fear of it is because I'm afraid of losing sight of what my real priorities are, and mainly losing sight of walking in God's ways, and getting to a point where I don't take time to hear his voice. That's why I have a fear of success. I see people fall all the time. I mean, just this last week in the Christian realm of, celebrity Christians, so many people are falling. Even in 2024, so many people have been exposed and fallen, and I grieve. I'm not happy about it at all. I grieve because all of these people started with a passion to follow God, and a passion to make an impact in the kingdom of God, and to bring people to Christ. And somewhere along the way, it got tainted. And that's my fear. That's my fear with my magazine. That's my fear if I were to make lots of money. I've kept myself in a place where I only ever make just enough to get by. And I think it's because I have a fear of being tainted. in the things that I do. And I have this fear with the YouTube channel. I don't want too many people because I am afraid of flattery. I am afraid of criticism. When I started my magazine, and I may have mentioned this in the past, one of the things that God said to me was, just obey my voice. Just listen to my voice and do what I ask you to do, and don't be influenced by accolades or criticism. And I was like, wow, I can't be influenced in my direction and in how I do things either way. If people are giving me praise or if they're criticizing me, I can't be influenced either of those ways. And I allowed fear to become like a governor on me. So I don't know if they still have them. You know, there used to be like governors on the heat settings for your hot water or something like that, so you could never get it too hot, or like on a car or something like that, they would sometimes put a governor there so you couldn't go past a certain speed. And fear has acted like a governor to me and held me back. And early fall of this year, so I would say a couple months ago, some things were happening, and I was like, I think God's wanting to take me to a new level. And finally I realized what he was trying to communicate to me was he wants to give me a measure of success in order to take me. He wants to test me in this area, and I have not allowed him to test me in this area. And so in one way you can say, woo, God's wanting to bless me. He's always wanted to bless me. But he was telling me he's about to give me more. And so you could say, wow, yay, more is coming. But at the same time, I knew it was because I was to be tested in this area. Because honestly, I've become very good, and most of us are, when life is difficult and challenging, just running to the Father and just saying, help me in this, and staying close to him. And that's probably why I've learned to walk in such intimacy with the Father, is because life has been really, really difficult. There's been really hard things, and I have had to I have had to reside in that shadow, like King David talks about in his Psalms. I've had to reside in the shadow of his wings in order to be able to get through it. But now he's like, that was the easy one. Now, when things are going really well, what are you gonna do? And that's what I'm scared of. That's what I fear, is when things in my life are going well, am I able to stay in that intimacy? Am I able to stay on that narrow way? Am I able to continue to seek first the kingdom and his righteousness? And when God told me a couple months ago, and that he wanted to test me in this area, it was a bittersweet thing for me. And because he was tackling my greatest fear. So this video obviously is now not going to be about how to create your manifesto, but about the fear of success. And so I guess I'll go ahead and end this one, and we'll talk about creating that manifesto in the next one.